we'll start in the obvious place, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. Look, if you are new to this channel, if you have found us due to an algorithm, we appreciate you for being here. We love you. We thank you. Make sure you thank us by hitting that thumbs up button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do this live on Sundays, every Sunday at noon, every Monday through Thursday live, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And, of course, we've got tremendous film studies coming up this week as well. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. All right, man, we had an absolute classic, a snoozer turned classic really, really quickly in that football game last night in Tuscaloosa. I'll say this. I've covered Georgia since 2019. That's as bad of a game of football and a first half of football as I've seen Georgia play maybe since 2020 Arkansas, COVID year, first game of the year, awful. I mean, a lot of bad things that you don't see Georgia football teams do. I saw busted coverages. I saw missed tackles and missed sacks, opportunities where defensive linemen, granted, he's a great football player, defensive linemen are staring at a 6-yard sack. We have designed it for you. We're right there. We just got to get home and finish. Can't do it. Okay, multiple blown assignments, missed sacks. I saw a redshirt senior completely miss an audible. I know we're on the road. I know it's a hostile environment. I know. But, dude, Aaron Smith been playing football for a long time. To not get a call, everyone knows we're running screen. You take off, run a slant. We throw a pick as an offense. Just looking like a very, very JV-based operation to start this football game. Okay? Blow-throughs on the offensive line. This is something I've heard Kirby Smart mention. When I hear Kirby go to a microphone and say, we don't have blow-throughs. I watch college football. This was last week. I watch college football as much as anybody, says Kirby. And we don't have guys that just run right through to the quarterback. Bullshit. First half of this football game, blow-throughs. Linebackers running and hitting Carson. The safety, the intentional grounding safety in this football game, that was just a free hitter. A guy that we have walked up on the line of scrimmage that we can't get picked up. Like, Georgia offensive lines do not do that. Do not do that in the first half. Certainly do. You got Jalen Walker jumping off sides on 3rd and 5 when you're about to get off the field. You're about to get off the field to start the football game, and just constant things that a Georgia football program, historically, the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they don't do these things. They don't beat themselves. They don't go on the road in a hostile environment when, they are favored, but the line moves. They're an underdog. Everyone's picking against you. You want to spot that other team 28 points, and that's exactly what you did. Even drops left and right in this football game to start the ball game for Georgia. Then, after that, you spot them 28 points. You go on to outscore this football team 34-12 over about the next 35 minutes of the football game. Now, I want to go ahead and address this because I see in the chat I had Alabama fans, which we are growing, by the way. Shout out to this place. Shout out to you guys, because the more and more we get introduced to Alabama fans, the more and more I actually have a pulse and a meter of your fan base. And the pulse of your fan base tells me you think your football coach got conservative. Guys, there ain't nothing in that football game that your coach did to lose or to have Georgia come back in that one. Georgia started playing ball. Now, what was the difference? What was the change? How did they go about it defensively, right? Because Georgia did 34-2, all right, in this football game. There's a 35-minute stretch where Georgia outscores Bama 34-2 and somehow ends up with a lead in this ball game, right? I thought it was very obvious to me. You opened up this game really trying to hunt Milroe defensively, did Georgia, right? You came out, you started sending pressure, started blitzing, all right, started trying to get home and living by it, right, and dying by it, saying, all right, if we can't get him on the ground, we're going to die today, but we're going to try to get him on the ground. What we're not going to do is just sit back and let him dictate and bring it to us. We're going to come after him. We're going to hunt him. That didn't really work. So then you started saying, all right, well, we're going to keep everything underneath today. We're going to make him process. We're going to rally to the football. We're going to tackle. And to start the second half with that similar approach, with that type of game plan, right, from Georgia's defense, okay, y'all come out. I think it's 3 punts in a row and a pick 3 punts in a row and a pick to start that second half on the defensive side of the football. And again, I don't think it was a complacency thing for Alabama. I explained it to an Alabama fan this way last night after the game. You got to understand, this is who you are offensively. You're going to go through spurts of football games where you look like you are God's gift to offensive football. You're going to look like you're God's gift to offensive football. And then you're going to have moments of the football game where you're kind of stagnant. And all you can do with this type of quarterback is to hope and pray that he doesn't turn the ball over. And he doesn't turn the ball over in a critical moment, right? I thought the best thing that happened for Alabama in this ball game, they turned the ball over in plus territory, right? In green zones, in an area right there where Dan Jackson picks them off, where it's not ultra controversial or what do you call it? Where it impacts the football game, right? It's not a monumental swing, whereas some of Carson's turnovers, which we'll get to in a second, were rather, controversial and impactful into this football game. I disagree with the analysis of, DeBoer got conservative. This wasn't a fast-paced offense that was suddenly standing on the rock like it was last week when we came on this channel and kind of been like, hey, Heupel, no, you don't have offensive line that can protect these guys. Yeah, Oklahoma can't score, but they are moving the ball now. So we might want to be a little bit more aggressive. We might want to get back into our type of game plan. I don't feel like that was the case here. I felt like, hey, maybe Georgia defensively changed some of the stuff that they were doing, and I think that caused some of these offensive issues, if you will, offensive issues for Alabama. You're going to be boom or bust offensively over there on the side of that football for the Crimson Tide. Now, I want to say this. Carson Beck, I think he showed me something. Look, it's one thing to go on the road and beat a team like Auburn. And that last year, that was the kind of the staple road win. That was it. That was the staple road win that we had in the Carson Beck regime, to believe that this guy can go into hostile environments. Yeah, Neyland last year. This guy can go into hostile environments and really handle business. I thought this was kind of an eye-opening moment for me because, guys, this was backs against the wall. The whole second half, we're fighting with fourth down opportunities. We're down 28. We got to go. We got to go, and we got to ball out. We got to push it, really, really push it, which is this is what I've been asking, and analysts and critics and doubters have been kind of asking of Carson Beck for basically 17 starts. Like, hey, can you drive this Lambo? Can you stick your foot in the gas? Be willing to drive it a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit crazy. Be willing to wreck the machine. Can you drive it because it needs to be driven like it was stolen right now? Because we're down. We're down, and we got to play ball. We got to play ball, and we got to go. We got to push the rock. And this is what he did, right? I thought some of the turnovers, I thought 2 turnovers were bad. The 2-minute drill turnover, the Jahad Campbell interception, granted, Let's all clap our hands and give Jahad Campbell some credit for being a freak, toe-to-toe. You're a really good player. We told you that, right? But, let's give him some credit. But, stared it down. Not a good decision. Bad mistake. The 2-minute drill right before the half, can't do that. Or right before the end of the game, probably can't do that. But I'm going to be honest with you. We got 45 yards to go, 55 yards to go. A field goal does us no good. Colby Young's one-on-one with a corner. He's 6'5". He's 210 pounds. There's a minute and 10 seconds left on the game clock. I know it's first down. I understand we have more opportunities. Probably should have thrown it away. But how many better opportunities at a 50-50 ball one-on-one with Colby Young am I going to get than that moment at that point in the game? So, yeah, that one didn't go your way, but there are multiple opportunities and multiple simulations of that specific play where that one does go your way. So I'm not really going to shit on the quarterback for making a decision like that, critical decision, a mathematically okay decision, one that I'm going to give him a passable grade for at the end of the game. I'm not going to sit here and shit on him for that one. The other interception, 100% a busted route by Arian Smith. You cannot fumble that football in the third quarter like he did. All right, so we'll give you that one. We can't be having one hand on the football when we're Carson Beck inside the pocket. Michael Vick can have one hand on the football. Jalen Milroe can have one hand on the football. Carson Beck cannot. Got to have two hands on the football. Can't turn that one over. That's a critical mistake. Y'all know that one. But, man, I thought he made some really tough throws on the road in that second half. I'm excited to go back and watch the tape. I know Alabama was historically a man-to-man football team, and I know they played a lot of it in this game based off what I was seeing before, snaps, taking photos through the lens. But one thing I will tell you, I thought Carson threw some – now, he didn't rip all these with confidence, but there were some balls last night that were layered. I mean, layered up underneath or over the top of an underneath defender, underneath the safety over the top. I thought there were multiple balls that were dropped, most notably by Oscar, that were of this variety where, hey, we're trying to run flood here. We're trying to flood these zone concepts that they're running right here on this down, and I can't throw this ball in front of you, Oscar, because there's a safety that's going to hit you in the damn mouth if I do that. I can't throw you flat here, Oscar, because there's a corner right underneath you. All I can do here is turn you away, throw this ball into the sideline, hope that you can turn around, fingertip catch this ball, and us move the sticks. Couldn't do that. So we ended up dropping some of those footballs. I thought some of that stuff could have been going both ways, right? Apart from the Dylan Bell touchdown to end right there to put Georgia in the lead, and apart from I think it was a Cash Jones out and up wheel route down the sideline in the fourth quarter. Apart from that, guys, I don't know how many of these balls that he threw for 400 yards. I don't know how, or more than 400 yards. I don't know how many of these balls that I remember in my mind where I'm like, shit, that guy's wide open, right? I thought some of these guys, most of these balls were really tight window throws, were really anticipatory balls. Like they were the quarterback playing ball, all right? The quarterback playing ball and showing a tremendous amount of fight, as did the rest of this football team. 4 turnovers, spotted Bama 28 points, had a lead to go with 2 minutes. Think about that. 4 turnovers, lost the turnover battle 4-1. You lost third downs. You were 5 for 5 on fourth down. That was the whole reason the game was tight in the second half. But that right there, lost the turnover battle 4-1, lost third down, spotted Bama 28 points to start this football game, and had a lead with 2 minutes to go. Thought Dan Jackson played tremendous. Okay, thought Dan Jackson played tremendous in this football game. Thought Michael Williams played tough as shit. Played with a lot of guts and a lot of heart. Was limping the entire football game. Now, let's talk about Bama, because I see it already. Brooks sound butthurt. What y'all talk about Brooks sound butthurt? That game turned out, and Alabama won that football game for the exact reason I was terrified of them for. Most explosive team in college football. Georgia had moments of life, just sparks, like a. I'm going to find out who's Lil Wayne fans today. Just a little bit in the studio. About to fire that sumbitch up. Ryan Williams, Jalen Milroe, dead. Dagger, right now, dead. Tip pass, touchdown, or massive explosive, right? Like prayer Jordan Hare. Tip pass, massive explosive, done. All momentum seized. Bama's football game. Oh, Dylan Bell. Oh, that's cute. Y'all got a lead today, huh? 28-0. Y'all fought all the way back. That's nice. Y'all had a lead for 13 seconds. Ryan Williams, explosive, dagger, jugular, ripped out, bleeding out right here on the floor. Exactly why I was scared of them. Exactly why I was scared of that football team. Exactly why, by the way, the rest of the country should be terrified. I would never, ever, ever look at the stat sheets on Jalen Milroe. Never. I would sit inside the stadium and I would watch that sumbitch play football. He is the closest thing to Cam Newton this sport has had. The closest thing to Cam Newton, where no matter what we do defensively, we can cover everybody. We could get a free runner running home, about to sack the sumbitch. It don't matter. You are completely at his mercy. At his mercy for 4 quarters. I have no idea if that's going to work on Sundays. I got no clue. I don't care. He's an incredible college football player. He was the best player for 4 quarters last night. Every time you had a sack on him, he got out. Every time you had multiple free hitters on him, he found his check down. Every single time you responded and had a moment to take that game away, I'm killing you. I'm killing you. The dude was an absolute baller. An absolute baller. Don't know how. Don't know what you do. And I think they tried everything. I've seen them for 2 games now try everything. They sent the house. They said, screw it. We're just going to get after him. We're going to live to die. Died. All right, so here we go. We're going to make him process. We're going to make him sit back there, figure it out, read the progressions, get the ball out without getting sacked. What's he do? The sumbitch was 19 of 21 at one point in this game. 19 of 21 at some point in this game. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do except pray. And that's the way I watched. I was in person for like 5 Cam Newton games. I had the pleasure of being there, right? Of seeing what that felt like. The box score will lie to you about these guys. I don't care what it looks like on the score. Go watch these guys play. Be in the stadium and watch how much at mercy the defense is of that individual. And it makes 0 sense. Makes no sense. I saw people on Twitter, oh, we ain't got no outside contain. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why you have no outside contain. Because he's pressing B-gap. I don't have Epic Pin put up. I don't have cameras rolled over there. I will show you on film study. Defensive ends are paralyzed. Paralyzed. Because the whole system is designed to put that guy in conflict. And the only thing you can do is attach another defender to be on overhang and be over there. Oh, well, guess what they do? Well, now here comes a slant right in behind that because you want to. There's no answers. There's no answers. Pray. Hold your hands and pray. That's it. As for Ryan Williams, holy shit. Holy shit. I was talking about this the other day. With regards to, not the other day, I was actually talking to a scout before the football game last night about this because we started talking, director of recruiting, yes, sir, did you know about this Ryan Williams cat? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I knew about him. I didn't know it was like this. And look, I can look at your track times and tell you're fast. I can look at your film and tell you can track the football. I can look at all that and see all that I need to know about your skill sets with regards to your speed and your ability to track the football. All right? What I can't tell is the fact that you're going to walk into college football and you're going to have the spatial awareness and you're going to have the body control to be a demon after the catch. An absolute mother effing demon after the catch. The pirouetting that this guy's doing, the spinning, and there's a defender behind me. Whoo, not anymore. Just nuts. You know who I feel bad for? I don't feel bad for him because he's making millions and he's gonna be the next version of Julio Jones. But I do feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for Jeremiah Smith because Jeremiah Smith right now, 19 for 365, 5 tutties, been in the end zone 5 times in 4 games as a true freshman, walking out in the shoe, balling. Ain't a soul talking about that guy. 16 for 462. 16 for 462. Some bitch averaging 30 yards of reception right now. 30 yards of reception. 29 and a half to be fair. 29 and a half. I ain't seen nothing like it. Y'all ain't seen nothing like it. Dude, 17, take a shot. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane football player. What other thoughts, observations I got on that football game? Am I wrong for saying I don't think Bama wants to see them again? I don't think either one of those teams want to see each other again. But that went from I got additional thoughts. That went from this is about to be a really, really bad night for anybody who runs a Georgia forum or anybody who does Georgia football content to damn. That was a good ball game. It showed some fight right there. So I'm glad it turned out the way that it did. For selfish reasons around these parts. I do want to say this. Absolutely insane environment, insane spectacle insane football place. Okay, I've been to Tuscaloosa, but I think there was a lot of suppressive memories about my age and time from when I was like 8 to 18. We'll talk about that in another time. That's got to be it's not the craziest environment. Don't get me wrong. I've never been to Death Valley. I'm sure that's crazier. I would argue at times Auburn's louder. Neyland Stadium is 100% louder than what I was in last night. But there ain't a place in this world more dedicated to college football than Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The school is entirely flat, first and foremost. Every road is pointed to that stadium. Every road is like, look how big our Coliseum is. The bars are spitting distance from the stadium. Every road leads to the stadium, points to the stadium. All 4 angles and entranceways to that stadium are absolutely majestic as shit. They have designed it aesthetically to make you go, wow, they really love football around here. Okay, you get inside the stadium, and it's got the rare combination of, wow, this is a college stadium. Shit, is this a pro stadium? Okay, because they're like on top of you. It's very, very, what do you call it? You're immersed. You're very immersive, like with the fans. They don't, the pathways around the stadium, they don't clear them out. So they're packed like sardines for all 4 quarters. There are people right on top of the stage. It's very dedicated to football. Not that loud, though, if I'm going to be honest. Like Auburn, there were moments where I'm like, I can't think. Neyland, there were moments where I could feel my entire body vibrating. Didn't feel that this way. Now, they do a great job of keeping the fans immersed in everything that's going on. The in-house DJs out here, but I had an epileptic seizure with all the light shows going on. A little bit too much. But not super, super loud. Now, the reason being, don't think I know it's not in a bowl like most college stadiums. Most college stadiums, there's nowhere for the air to get out, nowhere for the sound to get out. Here, nothing but sound getting out. That being said, fun environment, tremendous time. Saw a lady pass out front row, completely fainted, too hammered, got to drink some water, stay close. Also, not a place to go to school if you're one of my short kings. All right, if you're one of my short kings out here and you got good grades, go to Auburn. If you're 6'3", daddy got some money, maybe a 3.1 GPA, take your ass on down to Tuscaloosa. But my short kings, get you a radiator guard, head on down to Auburn, get you a good degree, because Tuscaloosa ain't for you. I'm a good 6'1", all right, 6'1", 230, 235 on a bad day. I felt like a very small human being out there, a very small human being.